Most men spend their entire lives waiting for a woman to make things obvious. They wait for something clear, something that removes all doubt. But that moment almost never comes. Not because the woman is not interested, because desire in women does not work the way most men expect it to. A man feels attraction and moves toward it directly. A woman feels attraction and does something entirely different. She tests. She creates small moments. She opens doors without walking through them. She waits to see if you understand the invitation. And if you do not recognize what she is doing, you will stand in front of an open door your entire life thinking no one ever invited you in. There are 3 signals that appear when a woman's desire has already been activated. Not 3 things she decides to do. 3 things her body and her psychology do before she has consciously agreed to any of it. And the third one is the most powerful signal of all because it happens directly in front of most men and they miss it every single time. The first signal is touch she did not need to use. Women touch people for social reasons constantly. A light hand on the arm, a friendly pat. These mean almost nothing in isolation. What matters is the quality of the touch and what happens immediately after it. When a woman's desire is active, her nervous system seeks physical confirmation of the person who triggered it. She brushes your arm while telling a story. She gives you a light nudge when she laughs. None of these required touch to accomplish their purpose. She could have told the story without touching you. She could have laughed without the nudge. But here is the signal most men miss. After the touch, she does not immediately pull her hand away. The contact stays a second longer than the situation required. That extra second is not politeness. It is her body communicating something her voice has not said yet. She is closing distance in the only way that feels safe before anything has been acknowledged. Pay attention to that moment. The length of contact after the purpose of the touch has ended tells you more than the touch itself. The second signal is a change in the quality of her gaze. Most men have been told to look for eye contact, but eye contact alone means very little. What matters is what her eyes do during and after the contact. When desire is present in a woman, her pupils dilate slightly. This is not something she controls. It is her autonomic nervous system responding to something her conscious mind may not have fully acknowledged yet. Her eye contact also holds longer than social neutrality requires. But the most telling moment is what happens when she looks away. When a woman looks away from someone she is attracted to, she looks down, not to the side, down. This downward glance has been studied in nonverbal behavior psychology for decades. It is an involuntary micro-expression of receptivity. She did not learn to do this. It simply happens. Watch for the full pattern. She looks at you. A small smile appears. Her gaze moves downward. Then she looks back up at you. If this cycle repeats more than once in a single conversation, her desire is already present. You are not imagining it. The third signal is the one almost no man recognizes. She starts creating private space where none existed. This is the most intentional signal on this list and also the most disguised. You are in a social situation, other people are around, and then something small shifts. She finds a reason to separate your conversation from the group. She suggests the two of you grab something to drink. She calls you over to see something in a quieter corner. She lowers her voice slightly as if what she is about to say is meant only for you. None of this is accidental. Psychology of desire is clear on this point. Before a woman opens up in any deeper way, she first needs to create a field of emotional and physical safety. A smaller space. A more private container. She is not just making conversation easier. She is building a bubble and then watching to see if you understand that you are being invited inside it. This is the moment most men fail. Not because they are not interested, because they do not recognize what is being offered. They respond to the surface of what she said instead of what the action beneath it was communicating. A man who understands this signal does not overthink it. He simply enters the space she created, calmly, without making the moment bigger than it needs to be, without nervousness, without performance. He walks through the door she opened, and his comfort in doing so tells her everything she needed to know. Here is what connects all 3 of these signals. They are not things women decide to do. They are things women's bodies and psychology do when desire is already moving. The touch happens before she plans it. The gaze changes before she realizes it shifted. The private space gets created before she has consciously decided what she wants from it. By the time you notice these signals, her desire is not a possibility. It is already a fact. The only question is whether you see it clearly enough to respond like a man who is never confused about it. You did not miss these moments in the past because you were not enough. You missed them because you were looking for something loud when desire was always speaking quietly. Now you know what to listen for.